Art is the task of life. These are the words of Friedrich Nietzsche. Such was the conviction of one of the most insightful minds in human history. And yet, in the age of AI, we artists seem to be losing our faith. It seems a lot of us have forgotten the vastness of arts and the unpredictability of the human soul. In my opinion, this is ridiculous. We are not at all in danger. Not a single aspiring artist should give up on art because of AI, and let me walk you through why. With recent news in AI, I had begun to feel a bit down. In an attempt to renew my mind, I decided to visit a natural cave famous for its numerous underground rivers. I was shocked by the amount of beauty that I saw. We spend so much time on computers, looking at arts on the internet. In doing this, we begin to believe that what we can see is limited to what we can see on the internet. But in that cave I visited, I saw so much more. Here, a strong underwater current gives strange turbulent shapes to the foam at the surface. There, a crack in the side of the cavity brings to my mind vivid images of the spiders that may live there. As I walk through, deeper and deeper, I notice a peculiar shape in one of the stalagmites on the floor. Accumulated through hundreds of thousands of years, they strike me with the strength of a religious idol. I am pressed by the urge to get on my knees, and I feel as though I have died and been reborn as somebody else. Nothing here looks the same as it does on the surface. None of this is on the internet, neither the actual cave, nor the million vivid thoughts and feelings that it sparks in the minds of its visitors. No AI has access to the first, let alone the second. What I describe is not an isolated experience. It is a daily reality for the person with open eyes. People, buildings, animals, places all hold an infinite amount of insights that has not yet been tapped into. This detail in a smile, the aura that emanates from wild animals, the veneration some feel for the tiniest detail in their local pond. None of that is on the internet and in the Lion datasets. In the late 19th century, a middle-aged man wrote in a letter to his brother, "I have a horrible need for religion. Thus, I leave the house and paint the stars." That night, though, he was stuck inside. Mentally ill, he had to remain in an asylum. Yet he only had one life, and being stuck inside couldn't keep him from trying to satisfy his chaotic, greedy, and active mind. He decided to begin painting the view from his window. Composition-wise, he realized immediately that the view wasn't good looking. He would have to add something at the bottom from imagination. He begins by painting a house, very quickly, in a few brushstrokes. Then, out of his natural human categorization tendencies, he draws a black outline around the house. For a second, he thinks it makes the painting look schematic and childish, but then in a flash, he is reminded of the beautiful stained glass windows in the local church, and decides to keep it that way. Historical archives tell us that in that year, the shepherd's star was brighter than usual. Lifting his gaze towards the sky, he slowly gets lost in its beautiful glow. A thought runs through his mind. Why? Why shouldn't the shining dots of the sky be as accessible as the black dots on the map of France? Just as we take the train to get to Tarascon or Rouen, we take death to reach a star. With that thought, he decided he would make the shepherd's star extremely bright in his painting. While he was pondering the beauty of death, the image of a cemetery reached his mind, and he decided to add a big, prominent cypress tree to the painting. In the painting, he decided this tree, usually found in cemeteries, would be the link between the ground and the night sky, just like death links us to the stars. Suddenly, in a frenetic trance, he began looking through his drawers, searching for something. Not here, not there either. It took him a few minutes to find it, but he finally got his hands on his notes on astronomy. He opened it to the page about nebula, and began painting one on his canvas. Knowing the painting was finished, he took a few steps away from it to get a more complete view. And this is what it looked like. The greatness of the Starry Night painting came from an inspired process of noticing things day after day, reacting to them, feeling desperate to get them down on canvas, and in between doubts of mental illness, in a moment of lucidity, advancing all these elements into a new form of existence. It is far more than mere combination. Art is search through the senses, through the mind, through every pore of your being. It says so much that is yet to be said. John Ruskin, a good friend of the renowned painter William Turner, says this: "The greatest thing a human being ever does in this world is to see something. To see clearly is poetry, prophecy, and religion all in one." Seeing is not a passive thing. In proper seeing, just like Van Gogh, we are reacting to everything, creating new interpretations, feeling things that no one has quite felt before. A work of art is not a mechanical affair. It is a living, organic process that happens through you, the artist. Again, from John Ruskin, there must be the will to produce a superior thing. AI has no will, no motivation to create. It doesn't feel wonder in the face of the world. It isn't trying to pay homage to the world. And since we started with a quote from Friedrich Nietzsche, let's round up with one too. The essence of all beautiful arts, all great arts, is gratitude. This whole video leads to a realization I had back at the cave when I was faced with the marvelous stalagmites. The guide was telling us that these timeless, immortal concretions were more than anything an artist could ever hope to make. And at that point, a chill ran down my spine, because I completely agreed. Mother Nature's creativity overflows everywhere, and we artists are lucky to notice and express even a fraction of its grandeur. And that's when I realized comparing us artists to AI is like comparing Mother Nature to us. An artist is to Mother Nature the same thing that AI is to us. So if you're feeling hopeless in the face of AI, go take a walk in the forest, pay attention, look around with your soul, with your eyes, with your body. Let your imagination run wild. Get out of your mind, get out of the internet portion of your brain, and into the instinctual world of nature. You will find that you are just as alive as Van Gogh, and that AI artists are hopelessly trapped inside of their bodies, in computers and on the internet. If you know any artist friends who have expressed frustration with AI, please send them this video. You might just save them from giving up. And if you're interested in more insight from an AI researcher who also makes traditional art, subscribe to the Art Post AI YouTube channel. Now, I wrote this script while completely drunk, so it deviates from how my videos usually are, and hopefully you guys don't mind these kinds of videos, I hope. Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you guys next time.